Hey, Egg Teacher Thoughts here, coming at you with another video. Well, we have an emergency clear out of the greenhouse because we have an aphid infestation that I cannot seem to keep under control. Now, I have sprayed previously a few chemicals. One of them was acephate. I did that about a month ago, which is about the right amount of time of spaces in between insecticides. And unfortunately, we have acephate resistant aphids because even though it's a systemic, which means it goes into the sap of the plant, it doesn't seem to get a complete 100% kill. And those insects that are left over, those aphids that are left over, create a lineage of acephate resistant offspring. So we're going to start mixing up the chemicals. I did a brief video yesterday on this. And today I've cleared all the plants out of the greenhouse so that I can have good, clean access to them and make sure that we don't have anything else in the greenhouse that's harboring aphids. It's still going to be a semi-warm day, so I'm hoping to get this wrapped up before I have to put everything back inside. And I do want to make sure that they are dry before I put them back so that I'm not contaminated with any of that insecticide. So what we are using today is Bioadvanced Rose and Flower Insect Killer. I did apply that to my firefly mother plant yesterday, and it does seem to have about a 99% kill rate. It's not 100, which isn't great, but at least it's knocked down the major major infestation. So I'm going to go through and spray the rest of my fireflies and other stock plants with this today, and then we're going to keep monitoring that. And if things reappear, we'll do another application of something else in about 3 weeks. Hoping my fireflies survive until then, because that's really what I'm basing a lot of my content on for this winter, is keeping things alive in the greenhouse. And if we lose them to insects, I'm not going to be very happy. So as you can see, everything is out here on this nice warm sunny day. There are no pollinators flying around. We're too late in the fall. We did have frost last night. It has warmed up, but I haven't seen any pollinators, so I'm not worried about them at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and tilt the camera down. I'm going to do applications of this until I run out. Then I'll close the video and I'll go get more because I'm pretty sure this is not going to be enough to do the entire lot of fireflies and other stock plants that I have. So anyway, I'm dressed up in long sleeve clothing, long pants. I have double gloves in case there's any drippage, and there's a breeze out here to move the spray away from me so that I'm not inhaling it. Okay, let's go ahead and do this application. I already got the mother plant. starting to run out. Well, it looks like we were able to get 3 rows done. There's still some fluid in the bottom, but there's just too little of that left to be able to complete it. So I'm going to go ahead and head out and get another bottle of this so we can spray the entire thing. So I knew I should have bought 2 bottles of this, but I didn't. This one is pretty much empty. There's a little bit of fluid left in the bottom, but the nozzle just won't, or the straw just won't reach it. So again, this was the Bioadvanced Dual Action Rose and Flower Insect Killer. This is not only a contact insecticide, but it's also a systemic, so it gets into the sap of the plants. So whatever insects I didn't hit directly with the spray, the plants should absorb this chemical, and then that should transfer through the sap to those sucking insects. So I'm going to go get another bottle and do another application, but I think for at this point, this is going to be it from the video. What I do want to point out is that as far as my videos, this is just one video of a series that I have on plant pests and identification. So if you go into my YouTube channel, you're actually going to find a place where you can find access to identifying certain garden pests and ways to treat those. This is the first video that I'm really doing on aphids. So anyway, one of the benefits of this is as a private greenhouse owner, I can experiment with all sorts of insecticides, and I don't have to worry about anyone else being exposed to them because these are all just in my private controlled greenhouse. That makes the rules a whole lot different for me, and so I'm gonna try all sorts of different things. The one I'm really excited about, I need to do some little research first. I need to connect with the science teacher from my previous employer. Because he's got an ozone generator, and we're going to try to ozone the greenhouse and see if we can get that to kill the aphids. So we're going to see if we can get them knocked down with this, and then we'll polish them off with ozone. So I just need to find a time to make a connection with him on that. I have read some scientific papers on that where they use ozone, water that's been impregnated with ozone, and spray that, and they get a tremendous kill with that. But I couldn't find one on straight fumigating with ozone. You know, in a large greenhouse situation, that would be very, very difficult. But in the small volume that we have here, that's probably pretty doable. So we'll try that as an upcoming one. Other than that, we're going to keep going with the chemicals. The one detriment to this situation is we do have fish in the greenhouse, which is why we didn't spray in there. We're out here. At least we had a bright, sunny, warm day where I could bring everything outside and also get a really good look at the greenhouse. It might be an opportunity for me to also thin out some of the plants that I have in there, ones that I don't have a use for anymore, that breeding projects and such have kind of tapered off for the year. So we'll figure that out because I've got thousands of petunia seeds that I need to plant for the spring for our other experiments. So we'll see. Maybe this is a chance to thin those out, maybe not, but at least I figured you would enjoy, or at least, you know, learn from the application of insecticides. They are unfortunately necessary. You know, in a small greenhouse, I just can't get the beneficials going in a quantity enough to keep the population of aphids down to where it's manageable and not killing my firefly petunias. We'll try some other stuff. We'll try some biologicals, but right now this was kind of an emergency application. I watched fireflies before, and the moment they have a heavy infestation that causes them to slightly wilt, usually they're gone within a week. And by gone, I mean the whole entire plant will die. So we're trying to emergency save these before that happens. Anyway, I hope you're learning something. I hope you're enjoying. I hope you're subscribing. And I'm no longer going to ask you to apply for memberships. We are ending that program due to the negative impact it has had on our channel. So we'll keep going with the free content. And it's going to be released on the same schedule I've been doing all along. It's just now you don't know that they're coming. They're just going to pop up for you. But anyway, hope you enjoyed. Ag Teacher Thoughts.